So what we do have here, so I didn't open the loudspeaker yet. I have 2 more screws to go, and yeah, so the woofer is most likely it's one from isophone. It's like it looks like an isophone PSL 370. Yeah. The problem is this box has a rough volume of 120 liter, and in the documentation for the woofer I found that it is recommended to for use in a sealed box with 50 to 70 liter volume. So the volume of this loudspeaker seems to be a little too big for this woofer, but maybe there will be a separation wall in this box. I don't know, or maybe it's just too big. And the how you call it, yeah, the silk dome, it's most likely this one, the isophone KM 11 or 13, I don't know. And the tweeter is it's some really nasty piezo tweeter. It's really too loud, and so it's this box. I think the low end is great, but the high end is just too loud. It sounds a little bit like a tin can, but I will open the box and have a look inside. Yeah, and the owner told me that, or the former owner, he told me that the originally had a different tweeter, and after a certain time he installed this funny piezoelectric one. But maybe it was or most likely it was also tweeted by isophone, because he told me that all the drivers were from isophone, and maybe it was like this one. I don't know what this is. I guess it's called KK10, and this loudspeaker, it was a loudspeaker from Siemens, which used those drivers. 2 of those I have most likely, and this one I don't know, maybe it was originally installed in this box. Yeah. So I now managed to open the loudspeaker, or to lift the baffle, and now I will show you what's inside. Wait a sec. Yeah, so first we see a lot of dampening material. I cut off the wires to the tweeter, or to the crossover. So the loudspeaker is very thick. You have 2 layers of wood, or even 3 layers of wood. You know, I even don't know whether it's good or bad for the loudspeaker. I have no idea. I mean, you need a certain thickness, but if you have too much of it, I don't know if there are some bad consequences. But look quite nice. Also the dampening material. It also looks still quite nice. Yeah. So here we have the back of the baffle, and at the top we have this piezo tweeter. I don't know what by whom it was made, by which company, because I cannot see it. It's also not so important. This thing is, it's very bad. it definitely has to go. So the middle band, or how you call it, wideband speaker, is isophone KM 1150, and the woofer is, let us put it like that, it's isophone PSL 370 4 ohm, and here you can see, I hope it's focusing, the recommended volume. It's written in German. The recommended volume is 50 to 75 liter, and this box, it's, I mean, by outer measurements, it's like 120 liters. Here with this thick cabinet, a little bit less, but still the volume of the loudspeaker seems to be a little bit too much for the woofer, but the former owner said to me that he used it as a party speaker, so I guess it was played at higher volumes quite a lot, so I don't think the extra volume is problematic in the sealed box. And as I read in the documentation for this woofer, it is recommended to be used in a sealed box. Theoretically, you can use it in bass, in a ported loudspeaker, but the first recommendation is sealed box. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I asked the former owner whether it was a DIY kit, and he said yes. But look, this cabinet, it looks relatively, it's good made, but it's relatively crudely made. But the baffle itself, it looks very professional. It looks very professional, professionally done. So maybe the baffle was the kit, and the part of the kit, and they built the cabinet around it, and maybe it was just slightly bigger than it should. Maybe it should be a shallower box, like a shallower loudspeaker, like with half a depth. I don't know, but it looks quite nice. And my first idea with this box is to make a DIY project, most likely. So most likely, it seems to me that I can keep the woofer, because it's a 12-inch woofer, and it looks quite nice. Also the surrounds, they look good. And I read about this box, but maybe there was some modifications, um, w- which that you have surrounds out of polyurethane, so the surrounds which you have to to renew every, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years, I don't know. But this surrounds, they look like, we don't have a lot of light, but let's do it that way. uh, it doesn't look like polyurethane to me, but I don't know, I have no idea actually. But whatever, it is in a good condition, and it's paper, yeah. And I guess I would reuse it. um, this guy has to go. This is, yeah, no idea. It's a silk dome stuff. Oh, wait a second. It's falling out. Ah. I have to fasten it here. No, forget about it. Yeah. So I guess I will keep the woofer, and I will cut. I will make here some cuts to be able to house here, yeah, slightly bigger horn. And I want just to build a two-way, yeah, two-way active speaker system, maybe with a DSP, I don't know. But yes, it was my first idea about reusing this actually quite nice cabinets. So now the view of the baffle without all the rock wool. So here we have the piezo Twitter and some parts of the crossover. Yes, it's very good done. Quite here were the cables to the terminal. Here capacitor and the middle range. Oh, speaker. And down here our woofer. So yeah, so and here we have a one ready speaker. So basically here I removed the tweeter and the mid-range and only let the woofer inside. Yeah, and I also put the horn on the top. Yeah. And here's how the baffle looks. So if we turn it around, you can see a little bit more. Yeah, here were the mid-range and the tweeter, and I cut it off and I put piece of wood in front of it, and here and also here I will put some anti-drone mats. Yes, and also here I will put a little piece of wood. So here's another look. On the baffle I put here the anti-drone mats, and here is the speaker from isophone. It's, I guess, roughly 12 inch woofer. And here I put this piece of wood as bridge inside. Yeah. So, and here is the actual state of my system. Here are the speakers that I modified, and I guess I skipped some steps. So now you can see, the ready speaker. Yeah. So I used the original speaker as the woofer part, and what we have here, it is an isophone speaker from isophone. It's basically a woofer mid-range, and here we have a horn. This is horn from Monaco, and driver by Celestion. Yeah. So it's a full active two-way system. What we have here are the both power amps and yes, Vim Ultra S digital preamp, and here we have the active cross, so it's a mini DSP 2x4 HD, and there is so basically I connected everything up, and it also worked. I basically set up the crossover point at 1500 Hertz, and I set up the levels of power amps. So I done it with a microphone. Basically the better way is first to do it with a voltmeter, and maybe then to do it with a microphone, but whatever. I guess the woofers are okay, and they are similar to each other, so there is no need for and the problem with mini DSP is basically this is the hum or hiss. Maybe you can hear it. So if I switch both power amps off, you don't hear a thing. So first I will switch the power amp for the horns. Wait a sec, and you will hear a slight hiss, I guess. Now the hiss is there, and I hope you can hear it. And if we switch the horns off, and if I switch the power amp for the woofer on, you also can clearly hear the hum. So yeah. So actually it's a problem, because you basically can hear it, and I guess I guess I played a little bit with the power supply, and my idea is basically to uh, use a different power supply, or to use 12-volt battery pack, battery system. Yeah, so let's see. The interesting thing is basically I at the crossover I only set up the crossover point, and I didn't do something for equalization, but already it sounds quite good. And I also done some acoustic measurements, and it also looked very promising. So yeah. So, and here we have this Breeze hi-fi power amp, and when we take a look inside, you can see, oh wait a second, I will make some light. You can see that these parts, so this big capacitors, they look recycled. Yes, but yeah, but it seems to work great. So what I want to do, I want to bring the how you call it, the lid slightly higher to have a little bit more of passive cooling, because this thing, it gets really warm. So what I will do, I will take some washers like this one. I will put them on four holes. I'll take maybe 2 or 3 washers, and it will bring the lid a little bit higher. It won't help much, but I guess it will make it slightly cooler. So I guess there was a topic which I dropped on the way, and let's talk about it first. I had some videos ago, I had an issue with the hum in the speakers, and so basically this is a fully active two-way system, and as digital crossover, or as an active crossover, I use a mini DSP 2x4 HD, yes, and I guess so. So the first things I tried to get rid of hum was basically the power supply of this mini DSP. I bought a cheap USB, so 5-volt to 12-volt converter, and I connected it to the USB output of this yeah, how you call it, power switch hub, I don't know, and I connected it to the mini DSP. The current was enough to run it. Yeah, and it helped slightly, or I don't know, maybe it was placebo, but it didn't kill all the hum. Yeah. So, and after that I bought yes, small linear power supply for 12-volt from from AliExpress, and it also didn't kill the hum. And so what I basically did at the end, I bought this power amp from Breeze Hi-Fi, and now I use as power amps for the system. I use this two power amps. The Breeze Hi-Fi I use for the horns and for the mid-range woofer for this isophone 374. I use this JVC Laboratory M7050, this vintage power amp. Yeah, and you can set the level of all the channels, and basically it helped against the hum. So if you don't set the level too high, so the level of amplification is not that big, it helps basically against the hum. So now I also don't hear there is a slight hum, especially if you go close into the horns. Maybe you can hear it, I don't know, but the most of the hum is dead. So it's silent enough, at least for my standards. So now I want to show you my system, or the part of my system. I also have some room acoustic treatment in the back, but I will give it to you maybe another time, because the room in this area looks a little bit messed up. So this is the better part of the room. So yeah, let's just start with the speakers. As I said before, those are two-way active speakers. In here we have some mid-woofers. It is a closed box. The rough volume of this box is like 100 liter. Yeah, it's roughly 75 centimeter high. It's like 40 centimeter wide, and the depth is roughly 35 centimeters. Yes, and so basically this part, it used to be a three-way speaker. I hope I have some footage of it or some photos of it. I can show you. I hope I can show it to you. and what I done here is basically I just I turned the speaker around, because the mid woofer was normal. It was down like it normally is, and so I cut the tweeter and the mid-range out, and I put a piece of wood in front of it, and I closed everything off, and this is basically it. It doesn't look very good. If you ask me, it looks very rough, né? And also the box, the loudspeaker itself, it looks very rough because it was the downside. We had here the rolls. Yes, and behind it doesn't look good, and the other one also doesn't look very good. Here we don't have the how you call it, the wooden stuff. Yeah, so it doesn't look very good, but it sounds quite good. Yeah. And yeah, the good thing is it is basically a closed box, and it is a woofer which can work in the closed box. The volume of this box is too big because normally those mid-woofers, they are for 50 to 75 liter boxes. Yeah, and this box is a little bit too big, but it works quite good. The boxes, they stand on some cheap trolleys. Yes, on the top of the trolley there's some steel plate. Yes, as we moved our office, there was some steel plates, and my boss wanted to throw them away, and I just basically took them with me, and I use them for some weight. And also here we have some how you call it, it is a small pad, so the box is slightly tilted to the back. Yeah, I don't know, like 1 degree or so, no idea. So, and at the top we have this PA horn, which is driven by a Celestion pressure, how you call it, a pressure chamber tweeter. The crossover frequency is like 1000 hertz, 1000 cycles. Yeah, it also looks rough, so I will also experiment with some other horns. So here at the top I have some PH audio horns. Yeah, and I will just do some experiments with those, because those look quite nice. They look a little bit like the like this so-called Cheeks horn by JBL, but they're not the same, especially this part. But this part looks a little bit like JBL's, but I read about them, so they sound quite nice, and yeah, I will test them. So let me put those back. Yeah, man. And yes, so normally I have some grills in front of it. Yeah, so normally I have some grills in front of the woofers, of the mid woofers. Yeah, and the some other parts of some important parts of my system, Let's start with the Vim Ultra. So basically, I use it as a digital preamplifier. This so the Vim Ultra is connected via optical cable to my mini DSP with 4 outputs. Those 4 outputs are hooked up those 2 power amps. Yeah, the Yamaha amp. This is a very good amp. This is not hooked up to something. I will hook it up to something in the future, but now it's just basically there. Yeah? That's a very good. It's a very good relatively old amplifier, and maybe one day I will tell you about it. Yeah, so that's my system. The Breeze Hi-Fi, I guess I showed you. I put the lid a little bit up with some washers, and now it's slightly cooler. So it's a good thing. And today I will suggest listening to my turntable, to my records. This turntable is a dual 704. Here you see it. It is a quite good direct drive turntable from old German brand Dual, and how we call it, the shell is by Shure V15 Type 3, and I also have the original stylus from Shure. I found it so I have a second one of this turntable, but it's not in a good state. I basically use it as for parts, yeah, and so I took the stylus from the original elliptical stylus, yeah. But it's a very good turntable. As the preamp, I use the Aikido preamp. It is built by a small German manufacturer. It's good. It's also good stuff. And the preamp is hooked up to Vim Ultra. Vim Ultra also has phono input, so basically I could go from the turntable directly to Vim Ultra, but I've chosen not to do. I also have here some head shells from Shure, some different one, and this is also my headphone amplifier, yeah. Yes, and today I was listening to Talk Laughing Stock. It's a really great album, and I also have Spirit of Eden here, but this this is in very bad condition. Also the vinyl itself, it looks very bad. Yeah, and what can I say about this system? It sounds, it's basic. It sounds great. So the first thing I've done as I was ready with the horn and the woofer. The first thing I've done, I basically connected the mini DSP to the power amps. I had a different power amp as I first tried it. So yes, I hooked it up. I evened the levels of the both power amps, so the horns and the midwoofers have the same level. I set up the crossover frequency. I started with I guess 1200 or 1500 hertz, and then I just played with it a little bit, and I just went as deep as I could to 1000 hertz. And actually, if you just do that and you don't do some equalization, and you put the loudspeakers in so you do some good placement in the room, they basically sound great. Yeah, they without a lot of play, they basically sound great. Yeah, and then I started also to do some measurements and to do some equalization, and I'm not ready. It's just the first good, not perfect, but good working state. But I will continue, and there's a lot of room for improvement. Yeah, for improvement of the sound. But for now, I'm quite satisfied. So let me drink some water because I'm just talking too much. So maybe about rest of my system, or rest of room treatment. I have some diffusers left and right. They look, they're not positioned, so a lot of room acoustics are here. It's not perfect, yes, because I have a small apartment, and also the stereo system is only part of my life, so I have to do some compromises. Yeah, it's not perfect, and I will do some work here, but for now it delivers some good results. Yeah, so I have some diffusers. I use this IKEA Kallax stuff also as a certain kind of diffuser and absorber to a certain way. Not perfect, but it makes the sound somehow better. So behind this certain problem lies behind those curtains, because behind those curtains is a really big window. Yeah, and you don't have a lot of place here, and you have the window, and it's because this end of the apartment is the best end for the stereo system. So it is like it is the curtains soundproof, or they're labeled as soundproof. They work a little bit, and I guess if you have a window behind your speakers, the absorption is the better way for dealing with this glass area. Also behind me I have some absorbers and at a certain distance from the speakers, so but I will show you it to you the other time. And here I also have some interesting speakers. So my system before it used to be basically those LS50 meters. I will talk about those also one day, I guess, because they are kind of overhyped, if you ask me. But maybe I didn't get them. Basically, I bought those, and I hoped for great sound, and actually I got good sound after some work and some also some work with amplifier, because they are not very efficient, and they also need a very powerful amplifier. It was kind of tough, but one day I will tell you about them. And under those I have also two very interesting loudspeakers from the former Eastern Germany. Those they're not that special, but they are quite good. And to a certain extent they are special. Not too special, but a little bit special. Sounds weird, but one day I will also tell you about them. So so a different update, or another update, I would say. So now I have this new horns. Those are horns by P Audio. The model is PH 230. They kind of look like JBL horns, but they're not the same, but they sound quite good. So, but this time I've done a little bit the things in different ways. So this time I used the mini DSP only for setting the crossover frequency, in this case for 1000 Hertz, and for the equalization I used the Vim Ultra. I just used the auto equalization function of this unit, and yes, it sounds quite nice. So this is the first setup for the horns, and it works quite nice. So I guess I will continue to play with the setup, but for now it looks and it sounds very, very fine.